Hi everybody, it's Toni from Pasta Academy. Today we are making the fresh ravioli, kind of pink ravioli filled with the fresh salmon. Okay, they're lovely. We're making them for the kind of this Easter weekend. Okay, the ingredients are, I'll write the doses also in the video, but just to tell you, I'm using 2 parts of semola flour, the durum wheat flour, 1 part of 00 flour, and we've got some eggs, we've got some tomato paste and some water. Okay, so for 1 kilo of flour, we need 500 grams of combination, a couple of spoons of tomato paste. Normally put 3 eggs per kilo, and then the rest with water and 1 teaspoon of salt. That is for the filling. What I do is I make the classic sofrito with the onions, celery, carrots, touch of garlic, but it's optional if you like. Put some fresh herbs, some parsley, some basil, some dill, some thyme. That's a kind of personal taste, whatever. So I make the sofrito, and then I add the fresh salmon. I also put a couple of potatoes, because the potatoes, it's kind of neutral kind of taste. It doesn't alter the taste, but what it does with the starch, it makes the filling nice and kind of creamy, so it is not so loose, with some extra virgin olive oil. Okay, and those are the ingredients for the pink salmon ravioli. Okay, I got the vegetables. And what it does, you either chop them thin, small with a knife, or put in the liquidizer. I'm starting making the sofrito. This is the carrots, onions, and celery. This is just a touch of garlic. And let it cook with the extra virgin olive oil for about a few minutes. And then we add the fresh salmon. Okay, we got the sofrito has been going now for a few minutes. As you can see, just getting all the flavors in. Now we add the salmon. Then that needs to be cooked again for I put large chunks of salmon, because by cooking it will kind of dissolve. Okay, and so the salmon now needs to cook for a few minutes. Okay, and that will be our filling for the ravioli. And I will show you in a minute what it will look like. Okay, so the filling is ready now. The salmon is cooked. Because it's a big chunks of it. So what I do is, you can, if you're doing by hand, a few portions, you can put it with a spoon, so you don't have, as it is fine. But because I'm doing it with a piping bag, because I got lots to do, so just to be a little bit extra fine, I'm going to put this filling in a kind of liquidizer, just for a few seconds, and that will get rid of all the lumps. But like I said, it's perfectly okay to put with a small amounts with a spoon on top of the pasta. But I'm doing with a piping bag, so otherwise it gets stuck on the piping bag. And this is what you get. This is the end result. Nice and smooth. Obviously it's now moment it's hot, so you let it to cool down. There we go. That's done. There we go, nice salmon filling. Obviously today I'm making the salmon, but you can do other fish. You can use other fish, cod, sea bass, sea bream, crab meat is a popular one. And I'm doing the pink kind of tomato with my dough, but you can also change the infusion. You can have it like, say, plain, just egg, the dough. You can have black with this squid ink. They are very popular, fish ravioli with the squid ink. I've done it before. I got a video for that somewhere else, another time. So all depends, you know, you can use your fantasy. Okay, we got the filling going. Now we got to make the dough. We put the ingredients. Obviously, if you do small amounts, you do buy in a whatever quantity you're doing. For a few people, you do by hand, you know, with a small machine. I'm doing 3 kilos, so I use my big machine. So I got 2 kilos of semola and 1 kilo of double zero flour. For this amount, we need 1 kilo, 350 grams of liquid with the machine. If you're doing by hand, you need 1.5 kilo, because with the machine, my dough doesn't have it to be so soft. I normally put 3 eggs per kilo of flour, so I'm going to add 9 eggs. And then I put the tomato paste, which is about 100 grams of tomato paste per kilo of flour. That will give the flavor. 3/6. Then we put 300 grams of tomato paste. Okay. We put a pinch of salt per kilo, and then I drop with the water to 135 for me. Should be 500 grams for each kilo of flour. Okay, just to give a lot of mix. Not too much, because the machine will do the rest for me. Okay, put it in the okay, the dough should be ready now. Let's have a look. There we go. There it is. Nice. Got the dough now. We got the filling ready. Let's make the ravioli. If you're making by hand, it should be rest for about an hour. But this machine is quite good, so. Okay, obviously, if you're doing by hand with a smaller machine, the same principle applies. You're going to put it through the blades several times. If you cross the dough, that will make it kind of smoother a few times. Always have plenty of flour, dusting flour. That's where most people get muddled up with the dough. I've been asked before, so there sticks everywhere. That is because they need to use flour. Okay, now the dough is nice and smooth. What I do is I reduce the space in the rollers to make it thinner. To the thickness that I need. Okay, so obviously with the ravioli, you need 2 layers. So what I do is I cut in half. This here will be for the top layer. There you go. One more time. This is the thickness that I need. Okay, I made the filling. Like I said, you can put it with a spoon, small mounds, but I put it on my piping bag because I'm making lots of them, so it's easier for me. The same principle, just to do a bit of small mounds of filling. You have to space them up because there will be another layer going on top. Okay, there we go. That's the filling. Okay, now the dough is fresh, so if you put the layer on top, it should stick. But just as an extra measure, make sure when you're cooking they don't split up, they don't open up. I'm putting I've been brushing some egg between the 2 layers. That will make sure that it sticks. So they will completely guarantee, because I'm making lots of them, and obviously if you're with a pasta bowl, the last thing you want is one to split up. That will make a mess. You got to chuck everything away. So just to put a layer of egg, or even water will be enough. Just as an extra kind of measure between the mounds of filling. There we go. And now we're going to put the second layer. To reduce the space. There it is. There we go. What you're going to do is you're going to lay it on top. The dough is quite soft. It stretches. Because it's good to give around the mounds. There we go. Now from one end, start from one end. What you do is you just press around the filling and push the air out. That will make a bit of pressure between the 2 layers. And then in a minute we are going to cut them. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now we'll have it to cut them with a cutter. Just to cut around the edges, makes nice and tidy. Obviously these cuttings can be reused. You're going to cut around the edges. Give it a nice finish. And then along between the mounds of filling. and across. This is one way of doing it. Other ways you can do it with the forms, with the stamps, I mean. You can cut it with the stamps. You can make round, square, different shapes. But I found this way quite easy for me and quick. There's different ways of making ravioli. This is the way I do it. There we go, and we got the ravioli. Then what you're going to do is I put them in trays because they are fresh, so they mustn't pile them up on top of each other because they will stick. So I put them in trays and then put them in the fridge. If you put them in the fridge, keep it in the fridge, you can put layers of in the trays, and then another cloth and maybe another layer on top, not too many, and can stay in the fridge. Or other ways, if you want, you can put them in the freezer flat like this, and then when they are frozen, you can individually put them in freezer bags, and then they will keep as long as you need them. They are perfect for freezing, this ravioli. Okay, we got the ravioli now done, all of them. They are nice and tidy now. I hope you enjoy watching this video, this salmon ravioli. I mean, obviously, you can go. Obviously, you'll make a sauce to go with it. Obviously, they're salmon, so it's fish ravioli. So maybe a fish sauce will do well with some clams, some calamari, some mussels, or even with a smoked salmon and cream kind of thing. They'll go very well. Dill and a touch of cream sauce. They'll go down very well. I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed what you saw. Please press the like button, share with your friends, and you can subscribe to my channel because I'll be making more videos with more interesting fresh pasta from different regions of Italy. And I'll love to see you next time. Okay, bye bye.